Another thing I wanted to emphasize, Laker fam, and I apologize for the lack of focus on the screen, so you guys can actually see what the fuck I'm talking about on my computer screen in the previous clips. So bear with me. I'll try to do a better job so you guys can actually see what's going on here. So I wanted to emphasize the expenditure of energy. Check it out. December 6th game, the Lakers blew out the Blazers, right? Look how many minutes Anthony Davis and LeBron James, our all-star players, played. And they had efficient games as well, and they got their teammates involved and made them better. 32 minutes for Anthony Davis with 39 points that game. 31 points for LeBron James in 34 minutes. Hell of efficient games and playing less minutes. And check this out. For the Blazers. And their supporting cast, too, man, is not as good as well. So that's why they're heavily dependent on Dame and CJ. Carmelo Anthony, man, 4 for 13, 15 points. Inefficient game. Hassan Whiteside, another hit or miss. They have too many hit or miss players. 32 minutes, only 17 points. Didn't play it as well and was terrible on the defensive end and pick and roll particularly. Damian Lillard, 41 minutes, 29 points. CJ McCollum, 35 minutes, 5 for 13 from the field, 15 points. Those players and those brothers are going to have to be overworked. They're going to have to play a shit ton of minutes in this series, anywhere from 41, bare minimum, to 44 to 45 minutes, almost 48 minutes. They're going to have to play a long time, and they're going to have to put up high 30s, and the Lakers are going to have to make a shit ton of mistakes in order for this team to beat us. And let's just say they beat us. Let's just say they beat us. Hypothetically, we know it's not going to happen, Laker fam, but they're not going to even have enough gas in the tank because of the expenditure of energy. They're going to have to exert and then have to face whether it's a Dallas or it's a Denver or whoever it is, the Rockets, etc., the Clippers, whoever it's going to be in the second round. They're going to be so gassed out because of the fact that they're going to have to expend so much energy. They're all stars. And play a shit ton of minutes just to beat the Lakers. Come on, man. The media can act as if Damian Lillard and his offense and his bubble outburst is gonna defeat the Lakers. They could sleep on the Lakers, and disrespect LeBron James, man, and his playoff pedigree and his championship pedigree and his greatness. LeBron James is a fucking top, in my opinion, a top 6 all-time NBA great. And if he wins another championship, I'll probably put him ahead of Larry Bird, who I have as my top small forward in the game. I'm not going to get into that. I'll probably post a video in the near future, an in-depth video as to why, in terms of my top 10 greatest all-time players. But LeBron James is number 6 on my list. If he wins another championship in a dominant fashion, he'll go on my top 5 all-time. But LeBron James beat the Raptors, man, with 2 All-Stars by himself with the Cavs. There's no fucking way that he's going to let Damian Lillard beat him. And then when Anthony Davis, the best big man in the game, who also was a part of the Pelicans sweeping, a huge part of the Pelicans sweeping the Blazers, you add that on? Come on, man. The media could act as if they want to hype up, gas up Damian Lillard and his scoring, outbursts in the bubble. But there's no fucking way that they're going to beat the Lakers. There's no way. Those players are going to get gassed out, man. And that's why I'm talking about this and trying to emphasize this, because they're going to have to expend so much energy to even hang with us, and they can't defend. So y'all miss me with that. Get up in the front seat, take some notes, man. Have your popcorn ready, because your bubble's going to be burst. It's going to be burst. Gas up Portland, only for them to fall down. The Lakers are going to handle them. They're going to spank them like they stole something, man. All right, Laker fam. So I wanted to show in this clip on how to beat double teams effectively and efficiently, because a lot of teams are going to try to utilize this defensive tactic that the Raptors used against AD, whether it's in the zone. I'll show that later on within this series on how to beat it effectively and efficiently. But in this example, I'm going to utilize LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. As a student of the game, man, I love how they play. They play fundamentally sound. They move the ball side to side until they find a breakage in the defense. They play the game the way it's supposed to be played. All players touching the ball. So let's roll the tape here. This is what Anthony Davis needs to do in order to effectively and efficiently beat double teams with ease in the post. So look at where LaMarcus Aldridge catches the ball. Look how he catches the ball. And this is why I kept emphasizing face up in post-game recaps when AD had bad games or when he struggled against double team, which has pretty much been all year. He has to learn how to read and react faster. He has to play more in the face up and not, just try to back down players because he's gonna turn into double teams in the low post because they're gonna blindside him. A lot of teams utilize that tactic on a tactic on the baseline, which is the blindside defensive tactic, waiting until the post player backs down, and then turns into the double team. And then they already picked up their dribble. So they're stuck. So that's why you have to read and react a lot faster. Anthony Davis has a tendency to wait. And instead of passing the ball, he tends to, over dribble and allow the defense to rotate when you're supposed to beat a double team by a few things. Face up in this case, also ball movement and post relocation and or getting early post positioning in the up tempo when the ball's pushed. So let's roll the tape here. Beautiful example. LaMarcus Aldridge is able to see the double team coming. The ball swings to Patty Mills, then to Bertans for three. And this is what I talked about in post relocation. LaMarcus Aldridge gets post positioning in a different side. The problem right here is exactly what I was talking about earlier. He was backing down. The thing is, though, he's able to read and react and pass the ball. That's the problem, though, with AD. He doesn't understand how to move the ball quicker and reading and reacting. So backing down, turns into the double team right there, but he's still able to find the man and pass out of a double team. That's what Anthony Davis does a lot. He has a tendency to turn into double teams and not reading and react fast enough. So, again, teams are going to utilize that defensive schematic I was talking about. The baseline player is going to come over and try to blindside AD. The problem with that is it's going to leave either a baseline cut or it's going to leave a shot wide open on the perimeter. So it's pretty much a gamble defensively. It just has to be broken by reading and reacting faster and ball movement. That's it. And that happens primarily when AD plays in the face-up game. So that's why I keep emphasizing face-up. Once again, catches the ball here in the post, swings it, doesn't wait too long. Ball's moved, shot wide open. So here's an example of how the Lakers need to play Damian Lillard, man. Of course, we're going to miss Avery Bradley and his physicality and his ball pressuring and him being a pest on the defensive end, but I believe KCP, especially Alex Caruso has the size to stay with Damian Lillard and has the physicality as well. KCP, to a lesser degree, is going to be what Avery Bradley is, but he gambles a lot. So the best chance we're going to have is Alex Caruso to make him work. And then, of course, trapping him. So playing him 94 feet, ball pressuring him, playing denial defense, and not allowing him to get in the groove and making him work. That's how we're going to have to play Damian Lillard. He's still going to get his, but he's going to have to work for it. That's the whole point. Let's roll the clip here. So look at that. Ball inbounded already. Avery Bradley's already on him already, man. Ball pressuring him, making him work, not allowing him to easily dribble into things. And they're going to run a flare screen to go to the strong side of the ball. And look how JaVale McGee shows right there. And then they double team in the inside, and then they're off to the breaks. So that's how the Lakers have to play Damian Lillard. 94 feet, ball denial defense. And then when it comes to them trying to alleviate the pressure, the big men are going to have to show on those off-ball screens, just like they did there. Here's an illustration of two things here that I wanted to emphasize, and particularly Anthony Davis in terms of early offense and why it's important for him and why the Lakers are 11th in pace. This is the reason why I'll show in the clip, and then, of course, the continuation of how the Lakers need to play Damian Lillard. Sort of the tape here. So they're going to set a high pick and roll for him. JaVale's going to show. Let me pause this here. JaVale's going to show, and then Avery Bradley is going to be trailing him on his hip to cause a resistance. It can't allow Damian Lillard to pull up with ease, man. So that's what Caruso, Danny Green, KCP, whoever's defending him, has to play Damian Lillard like that. They have to play him like that with resistance and physicality. And then if Damian Lillard, if his plan is to beat double teams by taking long jump shots, then so be it. This is what's going to happen right here, especially on misses. This is why the Lakers are 11th in pace. Look at that. Because there's no safety back there. They're rim protection off of a long miss. Long misses equals long rebounds. And there's going to be opportunities for AD to leak out. And it's going to create free throw opportunities for the Lakers. That's why he had 15 free throws or whatever, I believe, the first game in December 6th. That's why. And that's why the Lakers are 11th in pace, because LeBron James and Anthony Davis had that down pat where AD leaks out and he's able to get early post entry. It's either going to be somebody that's going to foul him. It's going to be a small guy because that's the safety, like I said, that's supposed to be back. Usually it's going to be anywhere from a guard to a small forward, likely, because the big mans are going to be inside unless they're taking a three-point shot like Skylar BCR did and he missed. And AD's leaking out already. So if that's Damian Lillard's strategy to beat double teams, and traps on pick and roll to take longer jump shots at the logo, the fuck have at it. Have at it, because he's not Steph Curry. Steph Curry hits about almost 50% from three-point land. His efficiency, in the playoffs is ridiculous. He's not him, but he's good. He's a very good player, but he lacks nuance, and they have no structure. The Portland Trailblazers have no structure in their offense. They have no nuance. So they're predictable. And if he wants to take a lot of jump shots, he's going to hit anywhere. If he wants to take a lot of deep jump shots, then that's going to equal long rebounds, because he's going to miss a lot. He's going to hit anywhere from a clip of probably 43% from three to, 30-something percent, 37, 36%. In between there, he's going to. So if you're not shooting, near 50%, you're missing a lot more, which means you're not involving your teammates and you're taking a lot of stupid shots. So if Damian Lillard is going to do that, this is going to be the result. And AD is going to get early offense. That's going to nullify double teams. And that's going to cause a lot of opportunities for the Lakers in transition. And then on top of that, if they're in foul trouble, then that's going to put smaller players on Anthony Davis, such as Carmelo Anthony. We already know that's barbecue chicken. So this is ways to beat the Blazers, man. Not only trapping Damian Lillard, but forcing him into contested jump shots. And they're a heavily predicated team on jump shots. They have no inside game. Yusuf Nurkic provides a little bit of that, but he's going to struggle a little bit against Anthony Davis, as he did in the Pelican series 2 years ago. So it's funny how somebody said that Anthony Davis is going to or Yusuf Nurkic is going to bother Anthony Davis. Now, I see the other way around. Don't sleep on Anthony Davis as well on the defensive end. He's a defensive player of the year candidate this year. So y'all better recognize and put some respect on his name, man.